Well, Zak likes to lead. It's one of the things he likes to do. You give him a challenge and he'll take it on. It was really nice to see Zak develop some different skills, not just the ability to bowl, but the ability to be able to bowl for longer periods of time. Zak's one of those guys that doesn't want time off. He's already, we've already had a chat to him and he's saying, I'm bored already. I want to start working on the game.
So Kevin, it's Zak Chappell who's taken this award. What was your first impression of him when you arrived at Trent Bridge last winter?
Well, I knew a lot about Zak because we'd worked with him before. So we knew his talent, and it was a shame that he hadn't been able to realise that. So it was always exciting, the prospect of working with Zak, and to see him put the hard work in, actually learn how to, the most important thing is to learn how to stay on the park as a fast bowler. And I think that's what he did really well. He worked incredibly hard on his fitness with Liam Price, and Pipey did a great job on helping him with his aches and pains. And then it was sort of my job to help him from a bowling perspective, probably having gone through a few aches and pains in my time, to try and work out, what would keep him out of the game, what he could stay in with, how to actually adjust his intensity so he could stay on the park when he was in a little bit of pain. And he learned that very, very quickly, which is unusual for a player who's hardly got any overs under his belt. So it was really nice to see Zak develop some different skills, not just the ability to bowl, but the ability to be able to bowl for longer periods of time.
It was then quite an extended run in the side in the Bob Willis Trophy campaign. How does that help a fast bowler when you're able to string those games and those overs together?
It's absolutely crucial. You cannot learn to bowl unless you bowl. I know that sounds an incredibly silly thing to say, but I genuinely believe a lot of our younger bowlers don't bowl enough. Now, whether that's in practice or whether that's in matches, you can look great bowling through to a mitt, but unless you actually get to bowl long spells, and especially in matches, because that's where you really learn in the white heat of battle, when it's very different. You're not just bowling, you've then got to go and field. You field for an awful lot of hours, and then you might have to bowl again the next day. And it changes, your whole body changes, your whole mindset changes, and you have to learn what that's like. If you bowl for 30 minutes in a net, that's it, 30 minutes in a net, and there aren't many consequences because you don't see where the ball generally goes. But the pressure build up, the stiffness build up, the pains that come with it, you've got to learn to put up with all of those things. And Zak started to learn how to do that last year.
And he became a leader of that attack as well at times this summer in the absence of some of the more senior not-seamers. How did you feel he took to that role?
Well, Zak likes to lead. It's one of the things he likes to do. You give him a challenge and he'll take it on. He loves to do that. And it was nice to see him stand up and bowl the important overs. But I think there was he learned from the players around him. Obviously, Jake played in some of the games with him, and then obviously Peter Trigo did a fantastic job, standing up and being a senior bowler for us as well. And it's really important as a young fast bowler to have those bowlers around you, because you see how they operate, how they go about their business for long periods of time. And Zak learned from them. And you need those senior bowlers around to help your younger bowlers develop.
And how can it help Zak going into next year, I suppose, into the future as well, those overs, those wickets, and some big wickets he took as well?
Well, you never forget the experience. And remember, you can't buy experience, you have to actually have it. So he's now got some decent overs under his belt on very flat wickets. We played the majority of our games at home and they were flat wickets. So he's learned to bowl on those now. But Zak's challenge now is to refine everything that he's got. We know that he can bowl fast. We know that he's got lateral movement. What he's got to do is hone all of those skills and make them even tighter. And that's the challenge for this winter, to work out some practices and some pressure development situations so Zak can go into next year flying. Remember, there's going to be an awful lot of pressure for places. If everyone's fit, we're building a nice group of fast bowlers. You know, hopefully Stuart Broad would be available as well, so that then just, you know, inflates your stocks from the word go. So all of a sudden, that pressure, I think, leads to players working harder and harder. And one thing I was incredibly impressed with last year was how hard every one of the players worked. Not just the fast bowlers, just seeing the work ethic was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I think what he's learned has been absolutely invaluable, and knowing his attitude and the way he goes about his business, which is outstanding. Zak's one of those guys that doesn't want time off. He's already, you know, we've already had a chat to him, and he's saying, I'm bored already. I want to start working on my game. So we'll actually be starting very, very soon with him again.